Hindsighters, thank you tuning in to another episode of In Depth with Miss Ty on Hindsight Media Radio 103.5 FM, where there's always something good to talk about. He walks into the room and the air shifts, not because he's loud, but because his silence carries weight. Charles is not your typical leading man. He's the kind of character who leaves fingerprints on your memory and bruises on your conscience. You won't know whether to lean in or pull away. But one thing's certain, when Charles speaks, you feel it. Tonight, we sit down with the actor who stepped into the storm and gave this man a voice. This is not just a role, this is a reckoning. Welcome to the interview, Rolando, aka Charles. Never thought he'll face.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Absolutely. So, Charles, tell us, is this your first time or first rodeo with stage plays?
This is not. I've actually been a working actor for the last 3 years. I've worked with the great Jacque Waller, Dayton in the A. Um, I've done a community theater. It's a lot. My favorite so far that I've done is probably Let It Flow. It was with Kit Waitress. And it was, yeah, it was fun.
Okay, so what was
Fun. It
so
was
good about that?
actually a musical. Yeah, it was a
Okay,
musical.
musical.
So
Okay, love
yeah.
that. So am I hearing that you said it's a musical? So that means that you also sing.
I can carry a note, but it's more rap spoken word for my part,
Sure.
and I'm more the comedic relief.
Love that. Love that. So let's pivot to what a woman wants and what a man needs to know. What a title that is. So when you first read the script, what was your reaction to Charles as the character?
Impactful. I think that Charles actually sets the tone for the rest of the play. Can't give away too much,
Sure.
but I just want to say that he's gonna leave you on the edge of your seats. Like you are gonna either you're gonna love him or you're gonna hate him. And I think very few people are gonna really love him.
Oh my. So now you kind of mentioned a little bit about that love hate. Your presence in the play will be, let's just say, unforgettable. But what drew you to this specific role?
Um, just to work a different muscle. As an actor, you always want to test yourself. You want to see what you can bring out of yourself. You want to see how, if there's anything you can with the character. You do your script analysis, you do your character development, and then after that, you just get to work. And right now, yeah, Charles has a birthday. He has a favorite food. Like when I step into Charles' whole life story is already written in my head.
I love that. So without giving away too much, how would you describe Charles in three words?
Mm. Aggressive,
Mm.
um, toxic. Mm. I guess I have to say handsome.
Oh, okay. We'll let the audience and the listeners be the judge of that. How about it?
Yeah, we'll let them do.
I love that. I love that. So was it difficult stepping into the mindset of a character like Charles?
Um, yes and no, because it's difficult in the sense that it's not who you are as a person, but we all have bits and pieces of characters inside of us. You
Mhm,
just have to
mhm.
find what you can do to bring them out. Um, but then it's also difficult because, like there's some really touchy subject matter in there, and that, it's traumatic, not just for me, the actor, but for knowing that it's going to be traumatic for some of the viewers too, the audience.
Sure. Now, would you say that Charles is driven by guilt, ego, fear, or something else entirely?
Something else entirely, actually. Charles had a very rough childhood.
Mm.
He had a rough childhood and he was supposed to make it, but he didn't end up where he wanted to be in life. And now he takes that out on everyone else. He takes it out on the easy targets.
Oh, wow. So does he see himself as like the villain, or does he kind of justify his choices?
No, he actually sees himself as the victim.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good. So, in other words, guys, he gave that short answer. So that means you have to come out to the play to
Yeah,
see the rest because he made that very short. So
he is
I
the
look forward to that.
yes.
So tell me, if Charles could rewrite one moment in his life in reference to the play, what do you think that will be?
In reference to the play, he never would have gotten his wife pregnant.
Ooh.
Him getting his wife pregnant is what he considers the downturn of his life.
So without giving it away, are you able to elaborate that more? Why would he not?
Because he has a lot of anger inside of him, and it's not really anger; it's a lot of resentment too.
Hmm.
Because Charles was going places in life,
Where was
you
he
know.
going?
He was going to college. He had plans. He saw himself working for a small tech company. Like Charles was gonna be someone in life, but he, you know, met a girl. It was never supposed to be anything serious,
Hmm.
and they ended up getting pregnant, and then he did what he thought was right, marrying her. But that resentment's just growing every single day that he looks at her. It's just like, man, what my life could have been.
So with that, in the play, I'm not sure if there'll be like some backstory given to that, right? Or what the audience will see. So do you think the audience, because you mentioned earlier they're going to either love him or hate him, but with what you just shared, would they hate him, pity him, or see themselves in him from the man's point of view?
Exactly. And see, that's the thing. So, two things, if something's bad to someone, the same has to be true for someone else. That means that it's good for someone else. So, someone else, and especially with the climate that we're in right now,
Hmm.
someone else in the audience is thinking that, hey, that's me. Like, that's my life right now. What could have been, shoulda, could have been. And they're like, man, this guy's doing all the things that I maybe thought about, not saying they particularly want to do, but that maybe they've
Right.
thought about, and they're just seeing what those actions could possibly lead to. So for some people, I think it's good. It gives them a view of what could have been or what could be now in their life if they chose to go down that path.
Absolutely. So if Charles could speak directly to people he's hurt, what do you imagine he'd say, or would he say anything at all?
Look at what you made me do.
Oh,
This is your fault. You think I want to be here? You think I want to be doing this? You should be glad that I'm here with you. I was going places.
mm,
I think that's what Charles would say.
wow. That's tough, Charles. I felt that. That was good. So as an actor, how do you separate your personal values from the choices your character makes?
Oh man, now that was very hard. So I am a certified grandma and auntie's boy.
Okay.
So like anything that deals with women, like I don't use too many harsh expletives. I don't call women out of their names. So that was a struggle for me. But then I had to realize that it wasn't Rolando doing these things, that it was the
Sure.
character doing these things. And it just took a lot of practice, a lot of time, and I think I've done a pretty good job with it.
Okay, so were there moments in rehearsal where you felt uncomfortable with Charles's actions?
Um, so I don't agree with who Charles is as a person,
Mm,
but I understand who Charles is as a character. And I understand that you can't have light without darkness. So Charles is needed. He's almost needed in order for the production to flow. So I understand that, like, as a person, though, like, no, I don't agree with those actions. But there are a lot of other people that whose actions I don't agree with too in the play. And you just have to come out to see those people. But yeah, it's just once you get your character analysis down and you find that place, you just go there. And then once you get there, you have to find a way to drop back out of character.
I
And
love
that's
that.
yeah, and that right there, that's very important.
So you just stated something. You said that not to get into some of the other roles, but let's just ask if there was another role in the play that you could have either did a table talk for, audition for, and had, what would that have been?
Um, any of the male roles, the younger, not the father, but I really want to show my other side. Like I do a lot of like it's almost like I'm being I don't want to say typecast, but I get a lot of the bad guy roles, like a lot of the
Mm.
and like me personally, I want to show the other side. I want to show the lover boy. I want to show the father. I want to show the compassion. I want to show the humanity. Like I want to show that I'm more than just 6'2", 265 pounds of aggression. Like I want to show that I'm really a big teddy bear. Like I'm always cast as the grizzly, but no, I'm really a teddy bear, and I want to show that. I want to get a chance to show that, and I think that my opportunity is gonna come.
And I can see the opportunity coming for you, and I wish you the best and success in that. So, what I must ask, because I hear this from actors and actresses when I do interview them, and they say just about the same thing. Oftentimes, they are casted opposite who they truly are, right? So, why do you think that is? Why do you think that because of your height and your stature that you are selected to be the raw guy versus the guy?
Um, it's it's just the way that media is right now. Like those opportunities will come. Like, but right now, the villain has a look,
Mm,
and the good guy, the protagonist and the antagonist, they both have a look, and
yeah.
big tattoos, usually beard or something like that. That usually says, hey, he's the, and then the small guy, he's usually the cute, cuddly. He looks friendly. Looks a little bit more welcoming. Like I don't know why it is the way that it is, but I try not to dwell on it too much. I hope that my talent and my abilities at least get me in the doorway. And sooner or
Right.
later, my opportunity will come. And when it does, I'm telling you, you're gonna know.
Love that. You're going to knock it out the park, right?
Out the park.
Love that. So, what do you hope the audience is feel when they meet Charles for the first time?
When they meet Charles for the first time, I hope they feel a sense of caution.
Hmm.
Like that's really what I want them to see because even when you meet Charles and you see him walk on stage for the very first time, everything about him looks warm and inviting
Hmm.
for the most part. But I want you to err on the side of caution. I want the ladies and the gentlemen
Hmm.
to err on the side of caution because everything that looks sweet and glitters, it is not. And I think, yeah, I want them to be like, what's going on here? Like, who is this guy exactly? He looks like just a nice guy that just goes to work and comes home to his wife and kids. But nah, there's some skeletons in the closet.
So that's that representative we always or we often get, right? As human beings, period, whether it be male or female, right?
Exactly.
Right. So if you had to give Charles advice as yourself, as Rolando, what would you say to him?
Therapy. And we are the master of self. Like delayed does not mean denied. All that aggression that you have, go work it out in therapy. And all those dreams you have, you can still achieve them, even with the wife and kid. Like they're not your anchor. If anything, they're more like a launching pad because you have a reason to go and be great now. Like your family should be your strength. It shouldn't be looked at as a weakness. Like that should be your motivation. That's what I would tell them.
I love that. So what do you hope the audience will take away from the play, what a woman wants and what a man needs to know?
Um, Besides the obvious, just the name, I think they're gonna take away from. I think actually, believe it or not, I think it's gonna create a sense of accountability
Hmm.
in the ladies, and I think it's gonna create a sense of self worth, self control in the men.
Okay. So let's pivot that to what does a woman want and what does a man need to know?
What a man needs to know is if you're making an honest effort and if you're doing right by your lady, anything that you need for the most part. When a woman loves you, she'll give it to you.
Hmm.
If you're not getting what you need from your woman, usually either she's not the one for you or either you're not giving her what she needs. Those are the only two options. But it's up to you to have a spirit of discernment and be able to tell the difference between the two.
Wow. So
And
what do you think a woman wants?
um women just want men. They just want your man to be a man. But also I think that women have gotten caught up a little bit in this day and age. Like I think that this play is gonna shine a light on accountability for
Hmm.
women, and also that success isn't measured in dollars. Like you can have all the money in the world, you can have all of that, and you can die a lonely man, a lonely woman,
Hmm.
a lonely woman. Previous films, Citizen Kane is heralded as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, usually in the top two, three.
Hmm.
And a multi-million billionaire died alone with all his belongings and stuff, no family around him, anything. And for me, that is just the saddest. And I see a lot of people going that route.
Wow. So tell me, what has it been like working with writer-director Orlando Anderson?
Oh man, it's a breath of fresh air actually to be on the, as you said before, like I've been in countless productions,
Sure.
but this right here, it's new, it's fresh, it's reinvigorated me honestly to be back on like the ground level, like everything's new and fresh. Like he's done film before, I know he's done stage plays before, but it's just like a different type of energy working with someone who's like in the beginning processes, like they're still figuring out their style of
Hmm.
way the way they put things together. And like even though he's been doing this for countless years, if you
Sure.
ask any type of director, they'll tell you, they'll say, it takes years to develop your own distinct style.
Hmm.
Spike Lee didn't become Spike Lee in 1984, 5, 6, 7, 8. Spike Lee was Spike Lee in the 90s, but think about how many films he went through to get to that point. And I think that's where Orlando is now. He's very talented. He has a good eye and a good mind. And the only thing that he has to do is continue putting the right people around him. People that want to see him succeed, people that believe in the project just as much as him. And man, the sky's the limit.
I love that. And so thank you for that. I'm sure when Orlando takes a listen, he will definitely appreciate that feedback. So tell us, go ahead and plug yourself, give yourself some high fives, share with the audience where they can support you, where they can follow you on your socials, and just come visit you and support you at some of the other works that you're doing.
Okay, so right now I'm also doing in a production of MASH. And I'm doing MASH and our play currently, this play currently at the same time. We're just starting rehearsal for that, so there will be more information for that. But I can be found on my social media. Social media is Roly Joe 83. That's on Instagram. And if anyone needs to get in contact with me, they can find me at Roly the Actor at Gmail. And headshot, resume, everything's together. And if anybody's ready to give me a shot at that lover boy role, I am willing and able.
Now, when you say Rolly, go ahead and spell that out because sometimes, people have their different spellings. So spell that out for us.
ROLYJOE 83 at gmail.com.
All right, so super fantastic. Charles may be a character, but the man behind him, depth, danger, and undeniable presence to the mic today. Thank you for joining us and giving voice to a role that challenges, provokes, and refuses to be ignored. For our listeners, if you want to see this story unfold live, raw, and unforgettable, don't miss the opportunity. The stage play, What a Woman Wants and What a Man Needs to Know. The drama is real, the performances are powerful, and the conversation doesn't end when the curtain falls. So stay tuned for the show. Dates and ticket information. You'll want to be in the room when it all goes down. See us at the Port of Sanford III Performing Arts Center in Decatur, Georgia. That's Saturday, September 20th, 2025 at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Tickets are available at Ticket Leap. And trust us, they're going fast. This is a kind of show that sells out and stays in your spirit. And as always, thank you for tuning in to Hindsight Media Radio 103.5 FM, where there's always something good to talk about. Visit us online at www.hindsightmediaradio for exclusive interviews, behind the scene content, and stories that matter. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep listening. Again, thank you, Rolando, aka Charles, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, good night.